Today, we are ranking the best midfielders in FC 25. As per usual, we have broken, rank 1, foot champs, debatable, in the pine. We're coming in quick fire. Run it up in the comment section, please and thank you. Alaba, I would prefer him as a fullback or a center back, but I still see people trying to slide him into a holding mid role. Bonmati, looking nice with it. Much better than last year. Pro Club's movement. Prime time. Still has technical for a playstyle plus. I'm going to leave us a little room, but she's starting out on rank 1. This Garcia is not in rotationals. I might be friendly putting him in debatable. Pateas, disgusting, filth, incredible, amazing, insert a superlative. She does the job. Calahanglu's a bit more of a specialist, even with incisive pass and his ability to have some of these precise, deep playmaking opportunities. I don't know that I can get him into the weekend league with a real stance. Andre, you're not using him, and this is not based around if they upgrade, if they improve. It's what we have present day in front of us. Barella, talent. Close to rank 1. I'm going to start him in foot champs. He's cuspy. If you're new to these streets, we do a review at the end of the video. Also, the setup, lights, camera, action, microphone, everything Elgato. If you want to make a pickup, I have that linked down below. Highly recommended. Jude Bellingham, and I have the 90 overall. It's got to be said, my expectations are higher. This 91 will end up being broken, but as we're recording, it's not a big enough upgrade from the 90 overall that stretches him into that category. At least not for me. I don't think that's a hot take. Bernardo Silva, he will surprise you. Foot champs. Julian Brandt, who has a playstyle plus in tiki-taka. I like him. Again, doesn't carry the big name or the price tag. Therefore, you got some opportunity. And I would say is likely to upgrade if you're making an investment. Bruno Fernandes, what's going on with this item? The stats look good. The performance is lackluster. I'm going debatable. On a different day, he might even be the pine. Bruno G does have a Travella playstyle plus, which is random, but no skills, no weak foot. He should probably be in the pine. We're going to put him into the pine. Camavinga, highly recommended for an 83 overall, 2 thumbs up. I used him this past weekend, or I'm currently using him. So, by definition, overpowered. Casemiro, don't do it to yourself. What is happening at Manchester United? It's got to be said, since the Sir Alex era, things have been rough. Kevin De Bruyne, big upgrade, broken. Now he's got a little more pace. Still not the fastest turner ever, but he's starting to make some move. Frankie De Jong, professional, also broken. Very nice. Got that Travella, has the movement, quick feet, a lot more responsive than you might expect in the middies. Lovely box-to-box work. DePaul, the reality is players have just caught up to him. You're not running DePaul currently. I'll still be nice and put him into a debatable because early on, he was an option, but present day, I don't think that he really is. The Bean is more of an attacking mid. I don't think you're going to get much out of her in the center mid or even a holding mid. Definitely not. She's small in stature, but she's Brazilian. Comes with a 5-star skills, 5-star weak foot, trickster for a playstyle plus. If you can link her, it might be a sleeper choice. I'm going to get her into foot champs. I don't think I'm overstepping. Just she hasn't been experimented with proper. Odegaard, I still got plenty of love for him. Is he as good as an 89 rating suggests? Probably not. Crystal Dunn, I'm a fan. Representing locally with Gotham, but again, we need upgrades or Evos. What is EA doing with Evos? I need more of them. I need more options. I need less restrictions. I want to make moves, especially after promos are released. Help me. Dybala could be a hot take, but I don't mind. Rank 1. Don't pay that price tag. I think he's over 700,000 coins. That's all based on trajectory. But I have the 87, who if I was throwing him on here, would just be in foot champs. Grace is cool in the midi. She is relentless for a playstyle plus. You could inch her into foot champs, but she's just getting there. I don't want you to think she's going to be a standout, but if you have a few midfielders, she'll fit in with the crowd. Gundogan is coming in with a playstyle plus for first touch. He's got ability, but he doesn't have the pace. I don't think he really fits the game that well. I'm going to go debatable. Goretzka, I could be considered an open-ended hater at this point. We're going debatable. Kai Havertz, super interesting item. Unorthodox, has the size, dribbles better than you would expect. Good track record from last season. You do get a nice boosted touch with the extracurricular dribbling. We know what that's all about. Henderson does not move the needle to the pine. Lindsay could be slept on. She has enough defending to play alongside multiple midfielders. I don't think I would go with a classic 10 type of route. She has a playstyle plus for incisive. She's sort of lightweight physical, not even undersized at 5'9". This inform, she's going into foot champs. Joelington's just not going to make the cut. Conte does what he does well. I'm not ready to exit foot champs for Conte. Some of you might have him debatable. Kimmich's tough. He goes into the debate. You don't really want him as a fullback, and I don't know that you technically want him as a center mid or even a holding mid as it stands. Coop to the pine. Has to be. Kovacic. Premier League, Manchester City to the debate. I am not going to oversell it. Rose Lavelle, I thought this was going to be a better year for her, but similar situation where for whatever reason, she doesn't stand out, doesn't have that caliber that's necessary to just give you the edge, even though she's high rated and deserves that. I have plenty of superlatives, just not in terms of it transcending to the virtual pitch. Pierre with the most French name possible to the debate. Seems like that's common stomping grounds for our list. We're not giving out anything for free. Kim Little is unfortunately little. Looks like a pro clubs player. I'm not saying that with a knock, but she's not going to control your midfield. Giovanni Lo Celso. I'm starting to get a little more harsh as we go. We're not manipulating or putting this into some sort of permutation calculation. He blends in with the crowd. He's not going to stand out in your middies. Big Loftus Cheek. I like this item. You could argue that even at an 86 overall, very similar to a Jude Bellingham-esque if you want to compare and contrast. In fact, if you had the 90 Jude Bellingham versus the 86 Loftus Cheek, I think they're priced nearly the same. McAllister not changing the game for you, debatable. I don't think you can use Madison. We're just send him to the pine. Majri, it's getting competitive. She still has the skills. I got a lot of love for her. Of course, plenty of extra play styles as well. Llorente will play a part, whether it's a right back, a defensive right wing. I don't think you're going to play him as a center mid. And for that reason, I'll put him into the debate. What's right is right. Marta, what a legend. I don't know if we edge her into the weekend league or not. I'm going to give it to her. She's not built perfectly in terms of meta material, but the passing, the dribbling, 5-star skills. She has flair for a playstyle plus, which is unfortunately not a big mover, but she does come with first touch and technical, trickster, Trivella, acrobat. She's got quite a few others. Marino, if you're doing the holding mid scenario, sure. I threw Messi into the midfield because that's where he plays best. He's got to be a center attacking mid, but if you're playing him in that position, I still like him for rank 1. Get him away from anything out wide. He cannot play as a winger, not at a high level, does not have the pace or the build out proper. I've packed this item. I've played with him a ton. Has to be in a number 10 centralized role, but he will do that at a rank 1 level. Milinkovic Savic made the move. Saudi plays, still holding mid. Not bad whatsoever in that type of role, but we're getting upgrades. You can get more complete players. Modric, I can't wait for his big promo. Has not happened yet, but for now, we'll put him into the debate. Musiala, whew, he's nice with the dribbling. He's in foot champs, but he might even be rank 1. Let me come back to it. Oberdorf, it's not a good year. If she could play as a center back, it might be different, but she doesn't have center mid attributes. She's not fast, can't score goals, not a great passer. So now you have high defensive numbers and high physical numbers, but nowhere to put her in the midfield. Paulinha, keep packing them, not happy about it. Also going to the pine. Cole Palmer, this is a good SBC. 70,000 coins, still available as we are recording. If you have a Premier-based team, his dribbling, his movement, with some of that dribbling, he's just floating around the midfield or even in the final third in the attack. Quite easy to use. Could have some upward movement. Parajo never makes it into anything. I don't think he's ever had an item that was good. Patry is nice. She has some passing characteristics that let her stand out. And for that reason, plus the track record, I'm seeing her all over the weekends and she's performing. She's doing better than just being a weekend league player to a degree that I got to get her into that rank 1 combo. Pedri, I'm still not moved on him. We'll take him into the debate. Ruben Neves for mediocrity. Declan Rice, I've used him as a holding mid, not bad. His positioning on point. He's just such a specialist for that type of role. Rodri, I think it would bother me if I put him into the debate, so we'll just nudge him into foot champs. Just nudging him. Jill Roard, I'm going to start filling up the pine. My apologies. Marcel Labelle, Mr. Sabitzer. Can I get a bias and put him into the debate? I'm doing it. Stanway, we saw her in action last year. I'm going to re-up on this inform. Sleeper choice. Canadian, another individual that's going to blend. If we've learned anything, I'm protecting the rank 1 in the broken categories today. Stiller, don't need him. To the pine. Chouameni. Woo! I like Chouameni. I'm putting him in rank 1, but that could move. I just want to have a separate conversation. End of the video, we do a review. Don't go anywhere. Teresa might surprise you. We've been using her a lot in Rush because they have the promo, the Rush Onslaught. She's been a constant. Their arm is good to go. Green lit. At least Foot Champs. I'm going to put them at the upper end of Foot Champs. We've got a strong group for rank 1, has to be said. Tonali, you could still get away with the weekend. Valverde, wow. That man is so fast. Undeniable pace. Different look and feel than Jude Bellingham. I know people will compare naturally a couple Real Madrid options in the middies. He will be a prime candidate for moving up. Donnie got a lot of stats. I just don't think he's quite there yet. Vitinha having tiki-taka for a playstyle plus will get him into the debate. Barcelona Walsh, not going to move the needle. Williamson is technically a center back. Could play as a holding mid. Debatable. Florian Wirtz. At this point, you might be overspending on an inform. Been around that 200,000 coin mark. Xhaka is not happening. We could close this out. You're probably not going to use her. Same with Zubimendi. They're not in rotational, so we'll just go to the Pine. It is time for a full review. If you're brand new to this, we're probably not going to focus too heavy in the Pine or the debate unless someone's coming up. Long term, most of these players are just not going to make it into squads. Lorente, there are Evo options there. Williamson is just high rated. I like her in the middies. When we get the Foot Champs, is anyone moving down? I'm not sure about all that. The broken front 3 are clear. It's just a matter of who do you want to add in. I talked a lot about Jude Bellingham. Maybe I'm just upset that he's not better than I expected him to be. And he does have massive potential. I just don't like putting that heavily into consideration because what if things don't work out? What if he doesn't upgrade? You would have overpaid. You would have overspent. I've said a lot. Valverde's going up. Therefore, Jude has to also go up in my mind, even though I built it where I have been not as convinced with his goodness or deliverables or dominance in the midfield. And I want that on the record. I think we're going to leave our top 5 in the broken category untouched. Now, anyone from Foot Champs that making a real case. This Thuram is doing things. Phenomenal SBC. And he's still in everyone's squad, all sorts of rotationals. I see him all weekend long. And he's able to play at that level. Musiala with the technicals, dumb nice. Barella, love him in the middies. Bront is here. I'm not mad at this. Let me know your thoughts. We have a comment section. I'm always open to back and forth. Little conversation, if you will. And as always, I have a lot more content coming out ASAP.